It is definitely a tragic world and situation that these women deal with on a daily basis. But there was something that Mya told me very early on. Before I even met Kiki, I believe, Mya had seen my previous films. She understood my sensibility, my approach to characters, and how I wanted to focus on behavior, etc. And she said to me something very important that really dictated the entire style and approach to this movie. She said, I trust you, I want to make this movie with you. You have to promise me two things. Number one, make it as brutally realistic as possible, even if it's not fun to look at, even if it's on PC. I want the realism on the screen. And number two, I want you to make it hilarious. And I was like,
what prompted you to say that?
Well, because I had already lived in that world, so I knew the mood of the world, and I didn't want to like change anything about it. I just wanted it to be real and raw, and plus I'm like that in real life. And I knew of the storyline, so I didn't want the movie to be very sad, like a theater just full of people. Nobody has time for that. Like with just sadness, like no. So I decided, you know, it needs to be funny, and plus our characters, how we are in real life, are just like the characters on the screen.
Yeah, did you worry that humor would take away from some of the seriousness of the community that you work in? I think some people may worry about that.
No, because everybody's going to have their own opinion on it anyway. So
yeah, I saw it as a difficult balancing act that I didn't know how ready I was to approach it. But then I realized after thinking about it that, you know, it's these women who work that area. We all use humor to get through life. We all use our senses of humor to cope. But these women have to do it even to, you know, at a much higher degree. And I saw that on a daily basis, hanging out with them. The fact that they would, the way they would interact, there was always setups and punchlines, and there was a lot of just humor in the world, in their world, and I saw that they were using it to cope, and I thought if I did not infuse that humor into this movie, it would be a dishonest approach to the film.
And James, your character is pretty hilarious when he comes in at the end of the film. Again, we have an exploiter, we have a pimp, but we also have someone who is completely ridiculous.
Why, thanks, Ricky. Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be why Sean continues to work with me, is because I'm an idiot and I can't help myself but playing the comedy of everything. So I don't know. Yeah, I was just talking about this last night. The character's based on a couple of real guys from that are in that neighborhood, and I sort of blended them together and then just amplified like the comic sensibility to it, you know, because I knew what Sean was going for, which this sort of Mike Lee-esque convergence of all of the characters in the film at once. And you know, once I sort of understood what we were making, I was like, oh, this is just going to be like an episode of Jerry Springer, you know, like by the time we get to the end. So yeah, I don't know. It was I think it was.
Were you kind of perfecting your Jerry Springer character?
No, I don't know. I was just maybe I was trying to show up Franco in Spring Breakers or something.